Klick came highly recommended by Marcus, who's sort of site manager for the whole trust. Klick had done previous works at Carlton and Redhill Academy, I believe.
The old labs had a variety of different layouts, some with students with backs towards a teaching point, some side onto the teaching point. The school wanted to try and engage the students more by having them focusing on the whiteboard and the teacher. So we've gone to an all eyes forward layout, which is working much better for the school from a teaching perspective.
To modernise each lab, we had to remove all the convector heaters and change it all to air conditioning and heating. They're a bit more energy efficient and throughout the way, so it gives us more room within each lab. So it removes any radiators, pipeworks, etc., and everything's above suspended ceiling area. We
had to remove some doors, block over some doors, in order to make the functionality of the spaces much better.
Benefits from when we discuss with Brookfield of going to a turnkey project company like Klick is it removes any stress from them dealing with many contractors. We've got experience in doing that week in, week out. So they wanted one point of contact to discuss any changes, design elements, or from strip out all the way up to final fix of the finished classroom.
So the relationship between Klick and Brookfield was brilliant in my opinion. We're involved day to day with the programme of the work. We're involved with meeting the contractors on the day, discussing where you're going to be working today, do you think you're going to be making any noise, etc. And they were really flexible with what we wanted. Say if we didn't want them to do a certain room at a certain time, they'd work around it and go into another room, and they were all DBS checked, which was brilliant because it enabled us to leave them to get on with it.
We've got many years of experience of doing multi-rooms, like maybe 2 or 3, but on this project, over a 3-year period, we had to renovate 15 rooms in total.
This meant that we had to liaise very closely with the school from a health and safety perspective, but also from a practicality perspective. You know, we're working in one room and they're trying to teach next door. If they had specific lessons or tests, not doing noisy works while that was going on. And that shows the close relationship we had with the school as to how we made that work.
We had sites set up in the car park, which allowed for deliveries, skip locations being fenced off with Harry's fencing, just for the safety of the workers and for the children in the school.
So in terms of food technology, the room again, it was really outdated. The layout wasn't great.
The school also wanted to have microwave ovens incorporated within the design of the room, so we designed a special unit. The teacher wanted a demonstration area but didn't want a fixed position, so we came up with a mobile system which they can use it in that space. Which allows them to teach from various points within the room depending on the subject matter.
It was too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter, so we installed air conditioning and heating to give it more efficient but regulate the temperature within each food room.
The biggest improvements within these labs is how light, bright and modern they now feel. Initially they were dark, drab, old. Now it feels like a modern teaching environment which can get students enthused and wanting to learn.
In terms of the quality, we think it's been brilliant. The whole school needed a fresh upgrade, and it's meant more children wanting to take science or food technology. Teachers have embraced the classrooms. They want their classroom doing next to that standard. This has brought us into the 21st century. It does exactly what we wanted it to do.